Good day, everyone. I am Aobade Fumilola Deborah from the Department of Business Administration at the University of Lagos. I am the team leader for FBA 264 Business Communication Assignment. My team members and I will be talking on the topic Achieving Effective Communication. You communicate daily, don't you? But there is a difference between communicating and communicating effectively. Effective communication bridges the gap between confusion and clarity. My team members will talk more on this.
I'll be introducing effective communication. The word communication originates from the Latin word communis, which means to share, impact, participate, and to make common. William Scott defined communication as a process which involves the transmission of an accurate replication of ideas ensured by feedback between two people. Communication is the process of sharing information, feelings, or ideas between two people or more. There are many forms of communication, and they can be verbal, which is the oral or written communication, or non-verbal, which is body language, paralanguage, and visual. In simpler terms, effective communication means that the message sent by the sender is understood by the receiver the same way goes for both parties. This ensures better understanding of the message. For communication to be effective, it has to be free from barriers or complications. Effective communication is also the process of transmitting information in a way that is clear, concise, and comprehensible by the intended audience. It involves both the sender and the receiver of the message, as well as the methods and channels used in conveying the message.
I am to talk on the elements of effective communication. 1. Sender. Sender is the one who starts the communication cycle. It initiates the message to be transmitted to the receiver through encoding. 2. Encoding. Encoding is the process of transmitting the information. It is the process of structuring the information in a way that it will be well understood by the receiver. 3. Message. Message is the core content which is being passed from the sender to the receiver. It is the main idea being transmitted. 4. We have channel. Channel is the pathway. It is the medium in which this information are being passed. We have receiver. Receiver are those that are receiving the message being transmitted from the sender. We have the decoding process. The decoding process is the process whereby the receiver actually receives the message, understands it, and interprets it. While we have the feedback. And a communication process cannot be ended without a feedback. The feedback actually makes a communication effective. So the feedback completes the communication cycle, whereby the sender actually assesses whether it's communicating very well or not to this receiver.
The 7 C's of effective communication. The essence of the 7 C's of effective communication is to ensure that messages are well understood by the receiver in the same way the sender intended. They are 1. Clarity. A message must be clear in order to be well understood by the receiver. In other words, the receiver should not face any problem in understanding the message. 2. Credibility. This refers to the trustworthiness and the believability of the message and the communicator. It involves ensuring that the communication shared is reliable, accurate, and supported by evidence or authority. 3. Courtesy. This implies that the message that is being sent expresses the sender's respect for the receiver. The sender should be polite, reflective, and enthusiastic. 4. Completeness. This is the degree to which a message includes all relevant and necessary information and details required to convey the intended meaning accurately.
Number 5. Consistency. Consistency refers to the idea that the approach to communication as far as possible should be unbiased and stable. It means maintaining uniformity in conveying your message in different platforms, contents, and over time. Number 6. Concreteness. Concreteness means being specific and clear instead of using a general statement. It adds conviction to your information, and it's easier for readers to believe a concrete message. Number 7. Conciseness. Conciseness is conveying your message in the least possible number of words without leaving any facts out. It is not repetitive in nature. Thank you.
Okay, so I'll be talking about strategies to enhance effective communication. The following are key strategies to enhance effective communication. Number 1, we have active listening. This is a crucial aspect of effective communication. Active listening is not just about hearing. It involves paying attention to what the speaker is saying and processing the information. It requires concentration, focus, and a willingness to absorb the information being communicated. An active listener should show interest in what the speaker is saying and give the feedback to indicate that they are paying attention. Another one is empathy. Empathy involves putting oneself in the speaker's shoe and trying to identify with their emotions, feelings, and also experiences. By doing this, the listener can better understand the speaker's perspective, and this can help to develop a more meaningful dialogue. Empathy can help to build trust and rapport, which are crucial components of effective communication.
Another strategy to enhance effective communication is clarity and conciseness. A good communication requires clarity and conciseness. Every message must be clear, straightforward, and easy to understand. The speaker must use an appropriate language for the audience and avoid jargon or technical terms that the listener may not understand. Also, the message must be well structured and organized in such a way that confusion and misunderstanding are avoided. Lastly, feedback. Feedback is an important aspect of effective communication. It involves providing information on how well the speaker have been communicating. It can also come in form of verbal and non-verbal cues that indicate whether the message has been understood or not, and it also pinpoints the areas that need improvement.
For effective communication in various aspects of life. One, we have in the workplace. Effective communication is essential in the workplace to enhance smooth running of an organization. An organization who practices effective communication will definitely progress because it fosters trust and transparency, which enables them to build team around them to achieve organizational goals. Second, we have in the educational sector. In the educational sector, effective communication is key because it improves learning experience among students, teachers, and the coordinators. Clear instructions and explanation facilitates better understanding towards academic performances.
Other advantages or importance of effective communication can be expressed in interpersonal relationships. Interpersonal relationships are relationships we exist between two or more persons who are tied by blood or other association. Now, effective communication comes in place in order to foster unity and for resolution of conflicts, as it brings about trust and unity among each other. Also, in business transactions, effective communication plays a major role between buyers and sellers in order to bring about successful outcomes, as this brings unity and trust, which will ensure continued patronage and other referrals.
Building an effective communication culture in a business environment. Effective communication culture in a business environment is essential for fostering collaboration, productivity, and overall success. It can be built through the following ways. Clear establishment of communication policy, which is to create a communication policy that outlines the preferred method of communications, response time expectation, and guidelines for professional conduct. Secondly, promote openness and honesty, which is to encourage employees to speak their mind and share their thoughts without the fear of being punished. This can foster a culture of trust and mutual respect. Thirdly, regular feedback, which is to implement a system of regular feedback. This could be through personal review, informal checks.
Other ways of building an effective communication culture in a business environment are training and development. Companies that provide communication skill trainings to their employees. This can help them to communicate more effectively and professionally. Using the right tools, this means companies should utilize communication tools that fit the company's needs. Tools such as email, instant messaging apps, video conferencing tools, or project management software. The right tools can streamline communication and increase efficiency. Lead by example. Leaders should model good communication behavior. When leaders communicate effectively, employees are likely to follow suit.
Barriers to effective communication. There are several barriers to effective communication. 1. Physical and environmental barriers. Physical barriers refers to tangible obstacles that could dispute communication among individuals. Environmental barriers. Environmental barriers refer to external conditions or situations in our surroundings. Examples are noise, climate, time and place. Cultural barriers. Cultural barriers exist among individuals who find it difficult to understand each other's culture. Differing from cultural norms, values, and communication styles can lead to misunderstanding. Psychological barriers. Psychological barriers are emanating from an individual's
an individual's emotional and mental state. Such factors include fatigue, stress, depression, personal barriers. This could cause a misunderstanding among individuals when they are trying to communicate.
Stating some strategies to overcome effective communication barriers, and my first point here is to use clear and concise languages by expressing your thoughts, ideas, messages in a straightforward manner, and avoid using complex terms. My next point is to improve listening skills, and this will be achieved by actively listening to others, paying attention, avoid interrupting, and show genuine interest in what others are saying. My next point here is to promote cultural sensitivity, and by doing this, removing, however, cultural differences and also adapting our communication style accordingly by respecting our diverse perspectives and acknowledging our individual differences.
Another way to overcome communication barrier is by utilizing multiple communication channels. There are various channels to communicate, which include face-to-face communication, email, phone call, or video call, and so on. That is why it is necessary to make use of the right channel to pass your information. In addition, encourage feedback and questions. The sender should be able to ask questions to the audience and to get feedback, because it creates a comfortable environment. And this point also promotes open communication. Lastly, communicate at the appropriate time. Timing is an important factor to communication. It helps to influence the target audience to react to the information. That is why it's also important to say the right thing at the proper time.
Effective communication is important in various aspects of life, and it can be achieved through clarity and conciseness of the message, active listening, and empathy, etc. Effective business communication refers to how employees and management interact to reach organizational goals. Thanks.
It's all being said, it is glaring that effective communication is important in all aspects of life, and it can be mastered through continuous practice. My team and I believe that you've been enlightened on how effective communication can be achieved.